As the door closed behind me, the stillness of the house enveloped me like a heavy blanket. My friend had asked me to house sit while she was away for the weekend, and I had gladly agreed. It was a quiet neighborhood, and the house itself had a cozy charm that I found comforting. After settling in, I decided to relax in the living room, scrolling through my phone absent-mindedly. The afternoon sun streamed through the window, casting golden rays across the room. But my moment of tranquility was shattered when my phone slipped from my grasp and tumbled under the bed. Cursing softly, I got down on my hands and knees, peering into the darkness beneath the bed. Stretching my arm as far as I could, I felt my fingers brush against the cool surface of my phone. Just as I was about to grab it, another hand reached out to meet mine. I recoiled in shock, scrambling backward as a figure emerged from the shadows under the bed. A man, dressed in a tattered suit, with wild eyes and a tangled beard. His hand was extended towards me, the fingers gnarled and twisted. My heart hammered in my chest as I stared at him, frozen in fear. "Who are you?" I managed to stammer out, my voice trembling. The man's gaze met mine, and a twisted smile spread across his face. "I'm just a lost soul seeking shelter," he whispered, his voice raspy and haunting. I wanted to run, to scream for help, but something in his eyes held me captive. There was a madness there, a darkness that seemed to seep into my very being. I could feel a chill creeping down my spine as I struggled to make sense of the situation. "Please, I mean you no harm," the man said, his tone pleading. "I have nowhere else to go. I just need a place to rest." I hesitated, torn between fear and compassion. His words tugged at something deep within me, stirring a sense of empathy despite the danger that lurked in his presence. Taking a deep breath, I cautiously reached out a hand to help him up. As he emerged from under the bed, I got a better look at him. His clothes were in tatters, his face weathered and weary. There was a haunted look in his eyes, a vulnerability that made my heart ache. I couldn't turn him away, not when he seemed so broken and lost. "Come sit," I said, gesturing towards the sofa. "I'll make you some tea." The man's eyes lit up with gratitude, and he followed me to the kitchen. As I set the kettle to boil, I stole glances at him, trying to piece together the mystery of his presence in the house. How had he gotten in? What had led him to seek refuge under the bed? He seemed lost in his own thoughts, his gaze distant as he sipped the tea I had made for him. I sat across from him, waiting for him to speak, to shed light on the enigma that had descended upon me. And finally, after a long silence, he began to recount his tale. "I was a traveler once, a man without a home," he said, his voice soft and melancholic. "I wandered the roads, seeking solace in the unknown. But one night, as the storm raged around me, I stumbled upon this house. The windows were dark, the door unlocked. I sought shelter within its walls, only to find myself trapped in a nightmare." I listened, captivated by his words, by the sorrow and regret that lingered in his voice. He spoke of a darkness that lurked in the shadows, of whispers that echoed through the halls. It sent shivers down my spine, and yet I couldn't tear my gaze away from him. "I thought I could escape," he continued, his eyes filled with sorrow. "But the house had a hold on me, a grip that wouldn't let go. And so I sought refuge under the bed, hiding from the unseen forces that haunted me." His story was like a haunting melody, weaving a spell around me, drawing me deeper into the mystery that surrounded us. I could feel a sense of foreboding creeping in, a dread that clung to the air like a heavy fog. And as the night descended upon us, I knew that I had stumbled upon something beyond my comprehension. But I couldn't turn away, not when the man looked at me with such desperation, such longing for understanding. I wanted to help him, to unravel the secrets that bound him to this house, to set him free from whatever cursed hold it had on him. And so, as the hours passed and the darkness deepened, we sat together in the dimly lit room, sharing stories and fears, forging a bond that transcended the boundaries of time and space. And in that moment, as the night whispered its secrets and the shadows danced around us, I knew that I had embarked on a journey that would change me forever. The mystery of the house, of the man who sought solace beneath the bed, unfolded before me like a tapestry woven from dreams and nightmares. And as the first light of dawn pierced through the curtains, illuminating the room in a soft golden glow, I knew that I had found a kindred spirit in the darkness, a soul in need of redemption. But the true mystery lay not in the house or the man who dwelled within its walls, but in the depths of my own heart, in the secrets that lurked in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. And as I gazed into the eyes of the man who had sought refuge under the bed, I knew that our fates were intertwined, bound by a bond that defied logic and reason. And so, as we stood at the threshold of a new day, the echoes of the night whispered around us, carrying us towards a future unknown. The mystery of the house sitter and the man under the bed would remain shrouded in the mist of time, a tale of darkness and light, of fear and redemption, of a bond that transcended the boundaries of this world and the next.